So graphic designer is becoming more and more important in these times to have a good performance in YouTube. Sometimes you can make a very good design, but the things you are showing in the thumbnail could be not so attractive or could be not so attractive for that video in particular.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are gonna talk to Juan, who was our main editor / graphic designer. He is gonna provide all sorts of cool insights, how you can utilize that as a powerful tool to keep your channel grow. So please watch the video and subscribe. Also great news, we have a couple new channels that you can check out. We got Jubilee and Espanol, which is a really cool channel. We have Professor Dave Explains. We just started Alex Mayers, who makes a really cool commentary on animations and different movies. So please check out these channels. The link to the new channels will be in the description. So if you're a Spanish speaker, please check them out and let your friends and family know, and enjoy this video. All right, Juan, welcome to the Unilingo podcast. If you can just introduce yourself and tell us what you do at Unilingo, that would be great.
Okay, thank you, Adam. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm Juan. I'm editor and designer in Unilingo. I do the editing process. I do some of the thumbnails, some of the designs. I grow a lot personally in Unilingo, so I'm very happy.
Oh, that's great. And you're in Argentina, right?
Yeah, I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm from Patagonia, the south of Argentina, and I moved to Buenos Aires to study and work. So that's what I'm doing here.
What did you study?
Audiovisual design. It's like cinema and multimedia design.
That's great. So you are doing what you studied for. I think when we think quality, we think Unilingo, right? And a big part of it is the graphic design. So something that you're responsible for. And I personally, I am a big fan of all your work. I love your thumbnails. I love all the colors. I love how beautiful they are. So if you can just kind of give us an introduction to how important that graphic design is to a successful channel in a foreign language, or not even in a foreign language, to a channel in general, how important the graphic part is.
At the beginning, the graphic design will be your presentation card, because it's the first thing the people will see looking for your video, or if your video is suggested by YouTube, or if they go to your channel, the first thing they will see is the banner and icon. They are important pieces in your channel construction and in your video performance. So graphic designer is becoming more and more important in this time to have a good performance in YouTube. If you don't make a good thumbnail, you can make a very good video, but people will not watch it because they will not feel attracted by the video.
I think that it's a little bit like going on a date, you know, and you can make the first impression only one time. So you make sure you put on nice clothes and you like look good, you put, I don't know, hairspray or hair product, and you only have one chance to make the first impression. And I think YouTube is just so saturated. It's like going on a date and there's 100 people that are competing with you. So you need to make sure you're the best looking person in the room, you know. So yeah, I think that's how I like to look at it. And from all the videos that are available, just sometimes a thumbnail will make me want to click on it. So I think also that is really important for the graphic design to be really good.
Yeah, in a good thumbnail you should combine a good design and a good decision, because sometimes you can make a very good design, but the things you are showing in the thumbnail could be not so attractive, or could be not so attractive for that video in particular. So you have to put attention on different things and different aspects to create a good thumbnail. It's not only a good design, it's also have a good decision to catch the people.
Yeah, and like where do you think that comes from? Does it like come from experience, or does it come from like a person's creativity, or is it just like kind of like a feeling that you have? How do you feel about that?
I think experience is very important. When you start working on graphic design, you think it's very intuitive, but it's not. There's a lot of rules that have importance on the designing process. It's a matter of experience, but also it's a matter of pay attention. You have to pay attention all the time. All that elements will flow in your final design.
Yeah, of course. And especially if like Unilingo localizing the channels, you also have to look at the main channel, right? You look how they do their design. So that gives you some sort of guidelines which you must incorporate. So that adds another layer, like another element that you need to follow somebody else's design and make sure they match, right?
Yeah, of course. Also, you can pay attention to the context. For example, there are images that are very attractive are very colorful, it has a lot of impact. You have to think that image will be in a context between other videos. You have to think also in that. You have to think in how to highlight in that context. Is very important.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what do you think, like, out of all those elements of graphic design, what should be the creators putting most attention to? Like, what is the single most important piece of graphic design? Is it the thumbnail or is it another element?
Oh, I think as a creator, you all have to think in the thumbnail at first. As I say, it's the first element the audience will watch. You don't have to work only in the thumbnail, you also have to work in your entire video. There are other elements in your video you have to pay attention to. You have to think in your video as a combination of multiple aspects: graphics, audiovisual, the sound, etc. But the graphics are very important in your video to create a complete immersion experience for the user.
Yeah, no, so I 100% agree. And so it seems like you said the thumbnail is the first step to just get people to watch the video, but also once they're already watching it, there's a ton of other things graphic design wise that you need to do to make sure they watch the whole thing. And as we know, like if they watch the whole thing, you get more money, the whole retention thing. So I feel like a lot of people ignore the graphic design, but if you really want to be efficient at YouTube, you need to take care of the graphic design, and it is a really important element, right?
I think that the design in this moment is very important, but it's not just do a beautiful design. You can have a very basic design in graphic, for example, but it could work in your particular construction of the video. Or you can decide for a more sophisticated design and it will work better in your video. It depends of your content, it depends of your audience, it depends of the topics you use in your videos. In Unilingo, we also work with a previous proposal from the creator. When we localize a channel, we try to respect that proposal the creator was using in this channel, but also we should think it in the audience as a new factor. In Unilingo, we made little changes to adapt that design proposal to the new audience.
Yeah, that's great. And if you are the creator, do you have any tips for like people, like how can they improve their overall look of the channel? Like what should they look out for? What is like an easy way to maybe make a slight change and improve the overall look of the channel?
Make a good thumbnail. Be careful with the composition of the thumbnail, because you can make a beautiful thumbnail, but the text you use should be located to be visible to the audience. A very common case is to watch a beautiful thumbnail, but the text is located on the right bottom of the thumbnail. In that part, YouTube will add the length of the video, so that text will not be easy to read or maybe impossible to read. Always use a easy read font. The thumbnail will be very small in your cell phone or in your tablet. Always should use a clear and easy to read font. The tip number 2 is be honest when you design your thumbnail. I think the tip number 3, less is more. When you start designing, you try to include all the great ideas that you're having in your mind. I think that the best number of things in a thumbnail is 3: background, image, and text. The 3 elements are very important, and if you start adding other elements in your thumbnail, you have to have a reason to add that. One extra tip to all the creators is try to create an harmony between the different elements, between the thumbnail, channel icon, banner icon. All that elements should create a unique and organic experience to the user.
Very good. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Adam, for this space.
And my pleasure. Thank you for your time and all the knowledge, dropping massive amounts of knowledge in terms of graphic design like nobody else could. Thank you so much.